Hello guys, so I'm going to be doing a video on Gotham Knights using the GTX 1050 Ti. I'm going to be starting it off with 1080p on the lowest settings. 1080p, and we're using the lowest settings. Everything's turned to its lowest value. So from the Steam Deck video, I lost my save, got wiped after the game crashed, but I managed to go back on the desktop and stop the cloud save and recovered my old save. So far we're getting 30 to 40 FPS. This is going to be the only card probably to not bottleneck the CPU. Every other card that I've tested will always be in CPU bottlenecked. The game is of course stuttering a little bit here and there. It's not too bad, to be honest. It's kind of weird when you pan the camera and it forces itself forward. It kind of feels like it's stuttering, but it's not. It's just the camera acting weird. The game looks a bit pixelated as well, since I do have anti-aliasing disabled as well. And some textures will pop in, they look very blurry, and they pop in as you get closer. But that's because you're playing on the low settings and you can't really do much about it. This card I'm going to be going for a 30 FPS lock, and I think that's what everyone should be doing. 60 FPS is not really doable. It needs a very strong CPU, and with this GPU anyway, it's going to be kind of tough to get 60 regardless. So already we're getting some dips into the high 20s. It's not too bad though. Doesn't really affect the game too much. I highly recommend using a controller with this game instead of a keyboard and mouse, especially at 30 FPS. It definitely makes the game feel a lot better and more smooth. If you don't have one, then the keyboard and mouse is still fine, I guess. Alright, we're dropping down into the mid 20s, even the low 20s now. It's basically running like a Steam Deck pretty much. Okay, now using FSR 2.0, I'm going to be setting up with the quality preset. Hopefully this gives us enough of a boost to stay above 30. Game looks a bit more blurry now, but not too different to be honest. Let's see how it performs though. Sitting in the mid 30s now, getting some stutters here and there. It's not too bad though. Looking to see if we fall into the 20s, and we haven't yet. 30 FPS was the lowest that I've seen it hit. That was at the start, but on average we're sitting in the mid 30s pretty much, even the high 30s at times. But what I want to do is I want to go ahead and cap the FPS to 30 in the actual game menu, which is the lowest. Very nice. Save it. I want to see if we get any stuttering or any really bad lag spikes. Yeah, we're still getting some stuttering here and there. It's pretty bad. Kind of surprised, to be honest. This game is just so intensive. But as you can see, we do have a lock 30 even on the bike, which is very nice. And if I actually dismount and start grappling around, should hopefully be able to hold a 30 FPS lock as well. Ooh, we just fell into the high 20s there for a second. Okay, now using a controller, let's go ahead and play around for a little bit. Definitely feels way smoother now. Way better with the controller. We're going to jump down real quick. I'm going to go ahead and push it up to medium settings. So I'm going to disable FSR, and I'm going to go ahead and play at medium settings, and I'm going to go ahead and cap the FPS to like 60 because we are going to hit that anyway. Not too bad, but as you can see the stuttering is far worse now at medium settings compared to low settings. Low settings with FSR we're getting them here and there occasionally, every couple of seconds pretty much, but on medium settings it's pretty much every second or even half a second it's happening, which is quite unfortunate. Still not too bad to be honest with the controller. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use balanced FSR now, and I'm going to go ahead and try the other upscaling methods as well to see which one looks the best. Probably be a good idea to do that. So with FSR set to balanced, and game looks slightly worse for sure. I can see an outline around Robin, especially around his hair. FSR doesn't really do a good job around characters' hairs. That's a trend I've noticed. But FPS is doing much better. We're sitting in the mid 40s now. Obviously we can't hold 40 FPS lock with this game. And drop that into the low 30s, and the game is stuttering quite badly once we fall down below 40. Right, had to restart the game after that crash, but we are running with Intel XESS with the quality preset as well. Let's go ahead and see how this runs. We're getting 40 FPS now, so around what we had a balanced preset. I gotta say the game looks way better though. Game looks far better compared to balanced FSR 2.0. Ooh, hold on a second, the car is trailing. The environment looks very nice, all the static objects looked amazing. Way better than FSR at balanced, but the car was trailing quite badly as well. Look at this. Look, I can see his light trail. What is this, Need for Speed? This looks far worse than FSR and XESS, that's for sure. Looks very pixelated now, and the head looks awful. Cars look very bad as well, especially when they're moving. But FPS is doing just fine. We're holding pretty much 40 FPS on the bike. Maybe the mid 30s at worst. But yeah. Alright. Now we're getting 24 FPS. Very choppy now. Super choppy. And the quality isn't that much better either, to be honest. I'm going to be using the balanced preset. And let's keep going. Nice. This area is not as intensive as the inner city, so I'm going to drive there now. And as you can see, we are in the low 30s now into the high 20s. Alright, let's get off and go ahead and get on that water tower. Should hopefully see an FPS drop while I get on. Let's see. Getting 37 FPS, 43 FPS right there. Not stuttering. It used to do it for me all the time, to be honest, but seems to not happen anymore. Oh, that was really bad. 27 FPS. Go up on this little chimney. Can't get up. There you go. Oh, there we go. 22 FPS looking over the map. Quite intensive, that's for sure. And I don't think FSR performance is going to help us much. We're going to be losing all our quality for basically a couple of extra frames. But I'll try it anyway. We didn't even we gained like 1 frame, I think. And now the character's trailing as well. As you can see when I pan the camera quickly, Robin's hair is just, it's ghosting, feels like. And finally, let's go and play out the max preset. I don't think anyone would be actually doing, but might as well try that anyway since we're here. Alright, this is the max preset. There we go, 24 FPS on average pretty much. Quite poor performance. Feels very jumpy as well. Very stuttery. Gonna go ahead and enable the ultra quality FSR 2.0. And let's see what we get. Hopefully we can get 30, but I'll be shocked if we can. Oh yeah, the game looks so pixelated now. Oh my god, this looks like Cyberpunk when you use FSR 1.0. That is so pixelated. Everything's so blurry. It feels like you are watching a YouTube video with low bitrate. That's what it looks like. Alright, I think that's it for the video, guys. If you made this far, I appreciate you. As always, if you like what you see, then I like and sub the channel as well. See you next time.